Hi students, I hope all of you had good health. Now today we will be beginning with our revision video lesson on metal and non-metals. That is the second part. Okay. Now lastly we have already read about metals, non-metals, their occurrence, their characteristics, the exception to those characteristics, and the comparison between the characteristics feature of metals and non-metals. Now today we will be beginning with the part metalloid. Now this part is not given so properly in your book, but you should know about metalloids and their characteristics feature. Now metalloids, they have physical properties more like those of metal, but chemical reactivity is more like that of non-metal. That means we can say that metalloid bears the property which is both like metals and non-metals, and many atomic properties are intermediate between those of metal and non-metal, which is a distinguishing feature of metalloids from metals and non-metals. That means it has some characteristics features of its own that gives it this uniqueness to become the metalloid. Next, here is a comparison study between metal, non-metals and metalloids. It will help you out to understand what is the basic difference between metals, non-metals and metalloids. Now metals, as I said you all, the physical state of metals is generally solid. Exception is mercury. Non-metals, they are gases, solid, and only bromine is liquid. Whereas metalloids, they are generally solid at room temperature. Next is appearance. Metals are shiny in luster. Non-metals are not very shiny, as I have told you, but metalloid can be shiny or be dull also. Next is conductivity. Metals are very good conductors of heat and electricity. This we have already learned. Whereas non-metals are poor conductors of heat and electricity. There are exceptions also to this characteristics property, but we are not discussing it in this comparative study over here, but I hope all of you know this. But in case of metalloid, they may conduct electricity, but they are poor conductors of heat, which is a very important difference character between this metals and non-metals. Now metals. As we have already learned that metals are malleable and ductile, whereas non-metals are brittle and non-ductile. During your exam, don't consider the exceptions while writing the differences. But while writing the characteristics feature, do write the exceptions over there. Now metalloid, they are brittle and at the same time non-ductile. Again, this characteristics feature is similar with non-metal, but it is making a difference with that of the metal. Okay, so I hope you have understood up to this much. Let us move to the next slide. Next, we will be learning about metals, that is uses of metals. Now, there are various kind of metals which we come across each and every day, but among those, we will be learning about few only, about their uses and all. So first we will be learning is gold. Now gold is a shiny yellow metal. It is considered as a very precious substance for its beauty, scarcity, and chemical stability. Due to its chemical stability, it does not react with other substances. Therefore, gold is a durable substance. Gold is highly malleable and resistant to corrosion, and it is also a very good conductor of electricity. And for this properties, dear students, for this properties which I have just explained you now, gold is used to make jewelries. Like in this picture I have shown you, and you all know that gold is used for making jewelries. It is used for making electronic devices, that is in instruments like computer, telephone, home appliances, and so on. It is also used in making ornaments and coins. Apart from ornaments, it is used in making coins. Next is dentistry. You can see the people who are highly rich, generally they only do this. Okay, they have made their teeth plated with this gold so that it do not undergo any kind of cavity or any kind of erosion and all this. So sometimes for filling the this cavity portion also gold is used. So it is having a role in dentistry. Next is pure copper. Okay, that's sorry, pure iron. Now iron, it is the most useful metal of all. It is known to man since ancient times. It is a reactive metal and is found in combined state. Since iron is very reactive, as we have learned in our previous lesson also, that it corrodes and forms a substance called rust and makes the substances worthless. So it has the property that it is highly reactive and always reacts with some of the other substances. Now, keeping in mind these properties, okay, we are learning about its uses. And remember, iron is a very hard metal. It is used to make very hard substances. That is why generally iron finds its use to make pipes, tanks, cylinders, agricultural tools, nails, wire meshes, railings, furniture. Okay. For high-rise building also, you will see that iron rods like this are used. Next is to make bridges, ships, machine parts, buildings, etc. in the form of steel, an alloy containing carbon is used. So in making all these parts, parts of ship, parts of machine, everything we use iron. But as we know, though iron is very hard, but it is very much it undergoes corrosion at the same time. Therefore generally we use alloy for preventing that rust, like last time we have already read, or either we paint it or galvanize it so that it is rendered free from rust. But otherwise iron is a very good metal for this purposes. In the construction of power transmission towers, and also in making utensils, cutlery, surgical instruments from its alloy, stainless steel, which is steel with chromium or nickel. Next is aluminium. Now, aluminium is the most abundant metal found in the Earth's crust and the second most useful metal after iron. It is silvery white in color. It is malleable and ductile. And it is a very good conductor of heat and electricity at the same time. Now, again, based on these properties, we will be learning about the various uses of aluminium. Now, aluminium as a substitute for copper is used to make electric cables and wires because it is cheaper. Means copper is comparatively costly, whereas aluminium is cheaper. Therefore, we make wires generally with this aluminium substance. It is used in making utensils, cans for drinks, furniture, window frame, etc. For packaging stuff, you can see the diagram over here. This aluminium foil is used for packaging foodstuffs and wrappers of medicine in the form of aluminium foil. Okay, since it is malleable, we can easily just make sheets like this, and we can use it as packaging material. As a paint to prevent rust in the form of powder foil on telephone poles. Okay, it also helps in preventing rust. And on the right hand side, you can see that aluminium is also used in making utensils like this. Okay, aluminium is light and shiny metal, but it is very soft. To make it stronger, it is mixed with other substances and it is used to make alloys such as duralumin. Generally, duralumin it consists of the metals aluminium, copper, magnesium, manganese. Okay, students, now this combination you have to learn for your exam, which is used to make the bodies of aircrafts, automobiles, machine parts, and tools. So, aluminium has got such a great role in our day to day life. Next, we will be learning about zinc. Zinc is a bluish white metal. It is neither malleable nor ductile. Rather, it is brittle. So, how can we use it for other purposes? Let us see. Now, it is used as an electrode metal. Okay, electrode metal means, dear students, if you have ever gone through the picture of electrolysis of water, where hydrogen and oxygen is formed, you will see rectangular shaped structure is inserted within that water through which the electric current passes. Okay, through which the electricity passes. So that rectangular uh, part which is being inserted in water is nothing but the electrode. Okay, so now those electrode shell is generally made up of aluminium, made up of zinc, not aluminium, it's zinc. Now for making alloys like brass and bronze, this two alloy, brass and bronze, include zinc within it. It is used to make dry cells. As you can see over here, there is a battery. Okay, this battery, inside it consists of a mixture of chemical. This consists of those zinc electrode. Okay, so that when this battery terminal will be attached to the circuit, electric circuit, to make it complete, that time electricity will be flowing from the wire through this electrode, which is composed of zinc, again passes it to the next wire. This way the circuit is complete and the electricity flows. Next is to coat iron sheet through the process of galvanization. As I have already explained you last day, galvanization, it is a process of preventing rust in iron substances. So in that process, zinc is an important tool. Like in the right hand side picture, you can see that this iron structure is being galvanized so that rusting does not occur. Next is mercury. Now mercury is a silvery white liquid metal. It does not moisten glass, and it expands or contracts even on little heating or cooling. Therefore, it is used in thermometer. As we know, students, the thermometer's mercury generally is found in the bulb portion. Now, on absorbing heat, it expands and passes through this narrow capillary tube. Again, when the work is over, you shake this thermometer. What will happen? The mercury will again come back and settle in the bulb. But you will not see mercury to stick on the walls of glass, which is a very important property for it to be used as a thermometric liquid. Okay, therefore thermometers, within thermometers we use mercury. Similarly in barometers also and other scientific apertures, generally the liquid we use is the barometer. Now, in case of dentistry also, sometimes in order to fill up the cavities, okay, a silver amalgam and gold amalgam. Amalgam means a alloy where mercury is being included. Okay, the silver amalgam and gold amalgam is used. An alloy of metal with mercury is called an amalgam. You need to learn the definition also, what is an amalgam. Next is tin. Now tin is a silvery white metal. It is highly malleable but not ductile. It does not rust, which are the important characteristics in case of tin. Now for making cans to keep foodstuffs, especially grains and all these things, like you can see the container, it is made up of tin. Now we place grains like rice, we place grains like dal, pulses, okay? We keep it within this tin cans and jars. Why? Because it is generally resistant from absorbing moisture, okay? And also it is used for tinning food, and utensils and everything are made from this thing. Like you can see over here, it is an example of tin food where this tin is made up of this can is made up of tin. Now tin coated iron sheet is also used to make boxes and big containers. Okay, in what to say, in olden times, rather not, I will not say olden times, just if you look behind, before 20 years, your grandmother or grandfather, your grandparents may consist of those boxes which are made up of tin, within which they had kept their clothes. Like nowadays we use almiras which are made up of the steel and all those, but that time those tin boxes were used in order to keep their day-to-day clothes or some good clothes, okay, because they are highly moisture proofed and they do not allow any other uh, insects and everything to enter inside, because they are generally moisture proofed. So if they enter inside also, moisture will not be available, so as a result they may die. In fact, the fungus will also not grow over there, okay. Sometimes in case of leather components the fungus develop, but it will not develop over there. Next is magnesium. The picture which I have pasted on the right hand side, you will see that it's a beautiful scenes which we generally see during the Diwali. Now, have you ever wondered that how this dazzling flame enlightens the entire sky? How it is made up of, or what components are present within those crackers that make the sky look so beautiful? Actually, the component is magnesium. We know that magnesium is a highly reactive element. Okay, it instantly catches fire, though it is not so much reactive like sodium and potassium, but magnesium is a very reactive element. Now, it is available in the form of ribbons. It is used in fireworks because it burns with a dazzling light. You can see, all students, that the dazzling light over here. Now generally magnesium, it burns with a dazzling light, and it is used in making alloys like magnesium and duralumin. Okay, now this we know that generally alloys are done for many purposes. It may be done for resisting uh, the rust formation and all, and sometimes alloy is also done to make the metal more harder. Okay, next, the various colors we see in firecrackers are mainly produced by metals like magnesium, strontium, barium. Okay, you will, if you are go through some more detailings, you will see that various metals on burning produces various color. Like magnesium produces white light. Strontium compounds produce crimson red color. Barium compounds produce green color. So whatever you select and you burn it for making the sky beautiful, okay, these colors are due to nothing but the metals which are present inside. Now magnesium is very vital for life also, students, because the green pigment chlorophyll, which is found within the leaves of green plant, are present because they help in capturing solar energy for photosynthesis, and they make food which is again required for our survival. Now, have you ever wondered that how this chlorophyll is being formed or what it consists of? Actually, this chlorophyll consists of the element magnesium. Okay, like our hemoglobin consists of iron. Similarly, chlorophyll consists of magnesium. So if magnesium was not there, chlorophyll would also had been not there. Okay. Next is platinum. Now platinum is lustrous and very precious metal. Like gold, platinum too does not react easily with other substances. Now, platinum is an excellent catalyst also. And for all this reason, what happens? It is used for making electrodes and electrolytic cells, but it is very expensive and very shiny. Therefore, it's used for making ornaments also. Like here you can see I have pasted a picture of ornament. And apart from this, sometimes it is used in um used as electrode, as I told you. Now this diagram, it shows the electrolysis process, students, and over here you can see this rectangular component which is being inserted. This is known as the electrode. This is known as the electrode. Now when we are just joining the circuit all together, we will see that the electricity flows from here to here like this, and it flows through here also. That means this circuit is being completed by using this electrodes. Now it is a very good catalyst also. Therefore, it is used in hydrogenation of unsaturated oil. Okay, like the in simple words, I may say that in making ghee, okay, in making ghee, generally we use platinum as a catalyst over there. Okay, now I will be telling you about another more metal which I have not included in the slide. It is silver. Silver is an off-white lustrous metal. It is one of the highly malleable ductile metal and is also the best conductor of electricity. Its chemical reactivity is more than that of gold. Therefore, it is used for making jewelry, but cost is a little bit less. Sometimes it is filled in teeth cavities also. It is used as purifier of water. As an electrode metal also it is used. In photography in the form of silver bromide and silver nitrate it is used. And for making thin sheets to cover sweets, it increases the immunity of the body. Okay, for this reason we generally use silver, but silver is not at all used for making electric wire because it's a costly metal in that case. Next is lead. Lead is another metal which we use. It's heavy silvery gray metal. It is used for making storage battery. As you can see, this battery we use in car. Next, it is used for making sanitary pipes, lead sheet, lead wire, and for alloy purpose also. Next, we will be learning about uses of non-metal. Now, non-metals like oxygen, we know it is used for breathing and respiration within living organism. It is also used for burning. Okay, in the first case we can see inside water this person is using an oxygen cylinder, otherwise he will not be able to survive. And in the second case the candle was burning, but when inverted gas was placed over it, we see that the candle stops burning. Why? Because the air within this inverted gas jar, whatever oxygen was there, it is being utilized by this burning candle, and as a result the candle stops burning. Next is nitrogen. In food packaging, electric bulbs, then making fertilizers and all, we use nitrogen. Why? Because nitrogen is an inert gas. It does not react with any other substances. That is why whenever you buy a chips packet and all, you will see there is a some air is present within that chips packet. Why? Because that is nothing but the nitrogen which is contained within that packet of chips, so that there is no microorganism growth or microbial growth within the packet of chips, in order to prevent it from food spoilage. Within electric bulb also we use nitrogen, and we know nitrogen is very essential for the growth of plant because it is one of the component of the genetic material DNA. Now nitrogen, since it is present in the air and it is a unreactive gas, therefore we generally through some chemical reaction we convert the atmospheric nitrogen into fertilizers, artificial fertilizers rather, and we spray. As you can see, the person is spraying nitrogen fertilizer like urea and all those in the field, so that the growth of the plant is more. So over here nitrogen has got a role. Next is carbon. Carbon is one of the most important and widely distributed element. It mainly occurs as coal, graphite, and diamond in free state. While in combined state, it is present in living organisms as food nutrients like carbohydrate, protein, vitamins, etc. In the atmosphere, it is present as carbon dioxide. So in so many forms, carbon is available. Now I will be discussing about a few, like carbon in the form of coal. Okay, it is used as a fuel. It is being used from a very historical period. It was used as household fuel. It was used in industrial field also for generating energy. Now also it is used in thermal power stations, and previously it was used in the steam engines, so that it can travel from one part of the country to the other. So these are the various uses of coal. Next is graphite, another form of carbon. It is crystalline black lustrous substance. It is soft and slippery and marks paper black, and therefore graphite is found in the lead of the pencil. This diagram, it shows the lead of the pencil. As a solid lubricant for machine parts. Next, nuclear reactors. Now in so many areas we use graphite. Next is diamond in the form of carbon. It is a crystalline form of carbon. It shines brilliantly and is the hardest naturally occurring substance. Now, pure diamond is used as precious gem in jewelry. But in some cases, the impure diamond which we get is used for cutting glass, grinding hard substances, and in drilling heads. All this way we use this. Apart from this, charcoal is there. It is another form of rather amorphous form of coal, which is used as a decolorizing agent in sugar industry. Next is iodine. Iodine is a dark gray crystalline solid with a metallic luster. It is insoluble in water and is soluble in alcohol or potassium iodide solutions. Now, iodine has first of all got a very role to play with our endocrine system like thyroid gland. Now, you have all heard about the thyroid gland, which produces the hormone thyroxine, and it is very much needed for our body's proper activity. Now, if iodine is not present in our diet, this thyroxine will not be formed properly. So, that is why what happens generally, iodine is added to our common salt that is we eat in our daily life, that is sodium chloride, and the salt is made iodized. Why we do that? So that we can intake the iodized salt and prevent us from simple goiter. Iodine is also used in photographic films in the form of potassium iodide. In some cases, we use iodine in antiseptics because it is one of the component that prevents the growth of microbes. Therefore, it is used as antiseptic and in some cases as analgesics also, so that it can relieve us from pain. Next is chlorine. Chlorine is a greenish yellow gas with a pungent smell and suffocating smell. It is fairly soluble in water, forming a pale yellow solution called chlorine. Now, chlorine, since it's a very good bleaching agent, so generally in swimming pools and everywhere, we use chlorine in order to prevent the growth of microbes. Even you will see that municipal people are also spraying chlorine in drain water so that there is no growth of larva of mosquito also. As a disinfectant for sterilizing both drinking water and swimming pool, as a bleaching agent for rough and hard fibers like jute and cotton, in manufacture of chemicals like insecticides like DDT and BHC. DDT means dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane. This is one of the insecticide which is used to kill the insect, and BHC is benzene hexachloride, which is another insecticide to kill the insect. Next is hydrogen. Okay, as a reducing agent, rather we may say hydrogen is used as a reducing agent. Apart from this, it is used in manufacture of ghee. Next is it is used to prepare fertilizers and all. And last but not the least, it is used as a liquid fuel in space aircraft. So these are the uses of hydrogen. Next is sulfur. It is used as a fungicide, insecticide. It is used in manufacture of acids like sulfuric acid. Okay, now hydrogen, sulfur, chlorine, all this may be used interchangeably. Like hydrogen when reacts with chlorine, it forms hydrogen, it will produce the hydrochloric acid. And when hydrogen will react with sulfur, it will form the sulfuric acid. Okay, now in these cases, the acids may be formed. Now it is used in matchbox industry also for making striking heads of the matchsticks. Okay. And also it is used to manufacture rubber which we used for making tires of vehicles, or rubber you use for erasing your pencil marks and all are actually vulcanized rubber. Okay, means rubber which is being rubber is actually a sticky fluid which is produced from this rubber tree. After that, in order to make it hard, we heat it with sulfur, and as a result the rubber becomes hard. So that rubber is known as vulcanized rubber. Okay, next we will be learning about the use of metalloid. Now, metalloids like silicon is used in making microchips, for computers, for making transistors, then solar cells. As sand, we know sand is SiO2, that is silicon oxide dioxide, is used to prepare concrete and cements. Okay, now silicon is one of the most useful metalloids available to mankind. It does not occur in free state in nature. In combined state as sand, it is the second most abundant element of the earth's crust. It is highly pure, and therefore it finds its use in all this field. Next, geranium. It is a lustrous, hard, and grayish white metalloid. It is chemically similar to tin and silicon. Now, germanium is used as semiconductor. It is used as transistor in many electronic appliances when mixed with arsenic, gallium, and antimony. Germanium is also used to make alloy as a phosphor in fluorescent lamp. So many uses are there, students. You will learn only two uses from each of them. Only two uses. Okay. Next is antimony. It is lustrous gray metalloid. Antimony is used in industry to make semiconductors. It is alloyed with lead to improve its hardness and strength, and is used in batteries. It is also used in printing press and so on. And last is tungsten. You generally see tungsten within this electric bulbs filament. Okay, since it is not at all reactive, rather it is a inert metalloid. So generally we find its use in electric bulbs, in making electrodes, and in mining industry. So these are the uses of metalloids which you need to learn. And the last one, that is the inert gases. Now they are chemically inert, non-metallic gaseous element. They are found only in traces in air, and there are 6 in number. That is helium, radon, neon, argon, xenon, and krypton. But krypton is not included over here. I have included only 5. Now helium, it is the second lightest element known to man. Therefore, it is used for filling up weather observation balloon. Okay, we generally fill up helium like this, and we need to observe the weather. So we find its application over there. Next is argon. It is used for filling into electric bulbs so as to provide an inert atmosphere to the heating filament. It improves the quality and life of the bulb. But nitrogen is used because it is easily available. That is why argon is generally not used, because as I said, it is found in a very stress element form. So therefore, generally we use nitrogen for this purpose. Next is neon. It is used in making advertising signboards and tube lights. It emits a colored light when a high voltage current is passed through it. Radon, it is the only radioactive inert gas used for cancer treatment. Okay, in case of cancer treatment, we generally use radon to just destroy the cancerous cell or malignant cells. Next is xenon and krypton. It finds application in photography. Both of it find its application in photography. So thank you, students. I hope all of you have understood the part which is being taught today. Now this part is almost similar with that of class 6 metals and non-metal. So, and it's a very easy topic also. There just you need to learn about the uses. Okay. So if you have any doubt, any queries, you may ask me in our next live session. So thank you so much, students. Have a nice day.